Welcome to Access. Well, the first thing I'd like you to do is actually open up Access. So down here where it says I'm Cortana, ask me anything, type in Access and load it. The next thing I want you to do is go File, New, and you're going to create a blank desktop database. So click on that. Now, unlike other applications such as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, with databases, you actually must save it first, not afterwards. So we're going to call this one Spaced Out. And create. You'll see this first screen, and basically I'll just explain how you can actually use the databases. There's a few ribbons up here. This is our data sheet view. Yes, we can use this to create a table or a database, but I prefer to use the design view, which you'll always see with the ruler and the pencil, etc. So click on design view. It will ask you for a table name. Type in the word planet. And it will come what we call the data dictionary is now being displayed. Now, just a little bit of information about databases. We have what we call the hierarchical structure of data. We have a database, which this is, and then in database, we have what we call tables here. As you can see, my first one is a planet. We also, within the table, we have what we call records, which is when I put all these fields down, all of the information together will be a record, and I'll explain further as we do more. And then within a record, we have fields. And that's what we're going to do now. Now we're going to give it a planet ID is a field, and we're going to say automatic number. The reason for that is because an auto number will automatically generate a sequential number. You must have a primary key. Now I want you to think about a car, for example. A car that is uniquely identified by its registration number. You at Guildford Grammar School are uniquely identified by your student number. A passport has its passport number. So every single thing, I guess, that you can think of that has a primary key or a unique ID or unique key is the primary key in a database. So databases are all around us. Our learner's permit, our license. Think about it for a little while and think about how many databases could you actually be part of. Anyway, so an auto number we use when we can't think of one that's logical. You don't have to have an auto number. You can just create a number or a text. Like your student number is based on both characters and letters and numbers. So you could think about it. It depends on how you want to set it up. So here we just go planet ID number or whatever you want to call it as a description. It is optional, but it is a useful thing to do. The next thing we're going to go is called planet name. And that could be short text and name of planet. The next one I would like you to do is maybe the planet temp. And if that's numeric, you can choose the data type number. These are all data types, and that's important. If you've done anything in Excel, you know yourself. You can have currency, number, text. The same sort of thing here. We have short text. We have long text is a bit like a memo when you have paragraphs. Number, date and time, currency, automatic number, Boolean, yes or no, OLE objects, which is pictures, hyperlinks, other attachments, calculated field, and a lookup wizard, which looking at it, this we won't be using, but it's quite useful for that. Okay, so that could be planet temperature. We might have days, planet day. How long is their day? Might do that number as well. If it is currency, because it could be, then we could actually go down here and choose decimal, right? This is where we can actually go in a little bit further detail, right? So the decimal, now we can actually say that that is now not just whole numbers. So planet year. And again, I'm going to change that to decimal. And we might want to put a picture in it, planet picture. And that is an OLE object. Okay, so when we've done that, let's close it, say yes, we want to save it. I'm actually going to get you to create a second table, and the reason for that is something we call one-to-many, because I want to also put the moons. Now, the issue that I have is one planet can have more than one moon, and one planet might not have any moons, but one moon belongs to one planet. So what we do is we create another table. So we go to create up here and go to table. And again, we go home and we go to design view. And this time we're going to call it moon. And make sure that we are in the data dictionary mode, which we are. Moon ID, moon number, moon name. And we can have a text. Now, I need to link these two tables together. And in order to do that, I have what you call a foreign key. It doesn't really belong in that table, but it links the two tables together. The foreign key is the primary key in the linked table. And the foreign key always goes into wherever the many may be. So one moon belongs to one planet, but one planet can have many moons. So therefore, the planet ID must go into this table. Now, because I said it was auto number, I can't have auto number there, but it's numeric, so I can go to number. So I can write, this is the foreign key. In the linked table. And close that. And press yes. So I've got my two here. The next thing I need to do before I put any data in is I go database tools up here, relationships, and I need to pull these here just by clicking and adding, closing. I need to connect them. And in order to do that, I go where Planet ID is, where the little key is, and I click and hold and drag to the Planet ID here, let go, make sure it says Planet ID, and I enforce referential integrity, which basically means that the data types are the same. They need to be the same, and I create. If I have set it up properly, the planet, one planet, has many moons, and the infinity symbol is what Access uses for the many. We close that, press yes. Now we're ready to start entering some data, but a table is not the nicest way to enter it, as you can see. I'm just going to, sometimes you need to enter the first one like this. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll go back to the view and close it. All right, so we're going to create, and I'm going to create a form, and we'll use the form wizard. Choose the table, the planet table, pull those all across using the double arrow. Drop down, choose the moon, pull them all across. Press next. So the planet will go first, and then the moon is what we call a sub-form within it. Press next. Right, next. What do I want to call it? Yep, planet form, that's fine, and finish. And now it is ready for me to enter. So here I might go Earth. I don't know what the temperature